Kalechi K.C. Okoro wasn't born rich, but his ambition roared louder than Lagos traffic. From a shared one-room apartment in Ayagunle, he built a tech firm now headquartered in buzzing startup scene. While others flaunted Bentleys, KC still rode his trusted Camry, visited his mum in, and fixed donated laptops for schools in Kelesoft Festek Bariga. At just 32, his software-powered logistics for major firms in Lagos, Port Harcourt, and Kano. Yet, for all his accolades, KC lived like the boy who once sold recharge cards after school. He wore native kaftans to board meetings and preferred suya with cold malt to wine bars in Lekki. He had everything, except someone to share it with. Then one rainy evening after a tech panel at Landmark Center, his best friend Dapo dragged him into a boutique at Palms Mall, Lekki, and that's when he saw her. Her name was Tomiwa Tome Bakare, standing beside a rack of bold Ankara gowns, wrapped in a mustard gel, her nails painted like a Lagos sunset. She laughed at Casey's awkward comment about shirt sizes, and something in him melted. He hadn't felt this alive in years. 2 days later, she texted, "Still laughing at your shirt struggle. Let me show you a better side of Lagos." She took him to White House Amala spot in Yaba, not some rooftop lounge. Real people eat real, she winked. And just like that, he was hooked. She didn't ask about his earnings. Instead, she wanted to know his favorite cartoon growing up, and if he believed in second chances. He did. Now, more than ever. As months passed, Tommy became part of Casey's routine. Daily texts like, "Hope you slept well, my person," dinners in Iyana Ipaja, and even an old-school surprise. She hand-stitched him a blue agbada for his birthday. She shared her dreams, too. Her own fashion line, a boutique on Admiralty Way. Lekki KC supported her, built a website, got her a camera, linked her with stylists. When KC introduced her to Mama Okoro in Festac, she was skeptical. "Yoruba girl with too much swag," she murmured. But Tommy tried, helped in the kitchen, called her Ma, gifted Casey's niece a bracelet. Still, cracks formed. Tommy mocked Casey's Igbo accent once. Another time she scoffed, "Don't worry, I'll fix your style after marriage." At a family lunch, she muttered, "I'm not acting Nollywood. Kneel for who?" Casey laughed it off. Love is patient, he reminded himself. KC proposed in grand style eco, hotel rooftop saxophonist playing Ayasa, velvet box, sunset backdrop. Tommy screamed, cried, posted, "My person, God did, hush, Lekki love." Engagement followed. Her family in Akoka celebrated with Owambe flair. Casey's Ayagunle family hosted a quieter Ijao ceremony. Tommy grimaced at the Ofe and Sala, whispered, "Why is everything so oily?" When she insisted the wedding be at Civic Center, 6 KC agreed. 7-tier cake? Check. Instagram famous saxophonist? Done. Imported Aso Ebi? Paid. But when she told the caterer, "No native soups," "Don't confuse people," his cousin raised a brow. KC defended her. "She's stressed. Let's focus on the day." Until he overheard her one night, on the phone, laughing. "Once the Lekki store is open, I'm done. Dio's waiting." Dio, her ex. Casey couldn't sleep. His chest felt tight. Yet he smiled when Tommy texted, "Can't wait to be Mrs. Okoro." That night, Dapo returned to Tommy's hotel suite with a small camera, pretending to film behind the scenes for a wedding vlog. "Let's play," he suggested. "Act like it's 1 year later." Tommy raised a glass. "Cheers to my freedom from village soup and fake traditions." Laughter. "No more of Insala," said one bridesmaid. "I'll leave the marriage and go back to Dio," Tommy added. Casey's just gold that got me a boutique. Dapo recorded every word. The next morning, Casey met his parents. Chief Okoro said, "Cancel it." But Mama Okoro, firm as ever, whispered, "Let her shame herself. You stand tall." Casey nodded. Civic Center, 6. White roses, gold drapes, glittering guests. Casey stood at the altar, stone-faced. Tommy entered in pearls, glowing. "Why do you look like EFCC?" she joked. The pastor began. Casey raised a hand. "Excuse me, sir." He placed a speaker on the podium, pressed play. Tommy's voice filled the air. "Casey's a stepping stone. Dio's waiting. Village soup nonsense." Gasps, murmurs, phones dropped. Bridesmaids froze. Tommy grabbed his arm. "It was a joke, please." Casey stepped back. "I loved her. But love should build, not belittle." He tore the wedding contract in two and walked out. Calm, quiet, free. Outside, his parents joined him. Dapo followed. "You didn't just leave," he said. "You walked with dignity." Casey whispered, "I feel like I lost something I never really had."